dad.
An informal term for a father.
Her mom and dad both said she can't go. Daily.
Of or belonging to or occurring every day.
Daily routine. Damage.
Inflict damage upon.
The snow damaged the roof. Damp.
Slightly wet.
Clothes damp with perspiration. Dance.
Move in a graceful and rhythmical way.
The young girl danced into the room. Dancer.
A performer who dances professionally.
She's a fantastic dancer. Dancing.
Taking a series of rhythmical steps in time to music.
She went out dancing with the girls. Danger.
The condition of being susceptible to harm or injury.
There was widespread danger of disease. Dangerous.
Involving or causing danger or risk.
A dangerous criminal. Dare.
A challenge to do something dangerous or foolhardy.
He could never refuse a dare. Dark.
Devoid of or deficient in light or brightness.
Sitting in a dark corner. Data.
A collection of facts from which conclusions may be drawn.
Statistical data. Date.
The specified day of the month.
What is the date today? Date back.
Belong to an earlier time.
The story dates back 200 years. Daughter.
A female human offspring.
Her daughter cared for her in her old age. Day.
Time for Earth to make a complete rotation on its axis.
2 days later they left. Dead.
People who are no longer living.
They buried the dead. Deaf.
People who have severe hearing impairments.
Many of the deaf use sign language. Deal.
A particular instance of buying or selling.
It was a package deal. Dealin'.
To buy and sell a particular product.
The company deals in computer software. Deal with.
To take appropriate action in a particular situation or according to who you are talking to.
She is used to dealing with all kinds of people in her job. Dear.
A beloved person.
A dear friend. Death.
The event of dying or departure from life.
Her death came as a terrible shock. Debate.
Argue with one another.
We debated the question of abortion. Debt.
The state of owing something.
He is badly in debt. Decade.
A period of 10 years.
He taught at the university for nearly a decade. Decay.
Fall into decay or ruin.
The unoccupied house started to decay. December.
The last month of the year.
The fuel shortage worsened during December. Decide.
Reach, make, or come to a decision about something.
We finally decided after lengthy deliberations. Decide on.
To choose something from a number of possibilities.
I can't decide on who to invite. Decision.
The act of making up your mind about something.
The burden of decision was his. Declare.
State emphatically and authoritatively.
He declared that he needed more money to carry out the task he was charged with. Decline.
Show unwillingness towards.
He declined to join the group on a hike. Decorate.
Make more attractive by adding ornament, color, etc.
Decorate the room for the party. Decoration.
Something used to beautify.
A ceiling with rich decoration. Decorative.
Serving an aesthetic rather than a useful purpose.
The buildings were utilitarian rather than decorative. Decrease.
Decrease in size, extent, or range.
The amount of homework decreased towards the end of the semester. Deep.
The central and most intense or profound part.
In the deep of night. Deeply.
To a great depth psychologically.
They felt the loss deeply. Defeat.
An unsuccessful ending to a struggle or contest.
It was a narrow defeat. Defense.
Protection from harm.
What points can be raised in defense of this argument? Defend.
Argue or speak in defense of.
He defended his policy. Define.
Determine the nature of.
What defines a good wine? Definite.
Explicit and clearly defined.
I want a definite answer. Definitely.
Without question and beyond doubt.
I will definitely be at the airport to meet you. Definition.
A concise explanation of the meaning of a word or phrase or symbol.
Our definition of what constitutes poetry. Degree.
A position on a scale of intensity or amount or quality.
It is all a matter of degree. Delay.
Time during which some action is awaited.
Instant replay caused too long a delay. Deliberate.
Think about carefully.
She deliberated over the menu. Deliberately.
In a deliberate, unhurried manner.
She was working deliberately. Delicate.
Exquisitely fine and subtle and pleasing.
The delicate wing of a butterfly. Delight.
A feeling of extreme pleasure or satisfaction.
His delight to see her was obvious to all. Delighted.
Greatly pleased.
A delighted smile. Deliver.
Bring to a destination. Make a delivery.
Our local supermarket delivers. Delivery.
The act of delivering or distributing something.
His reluctant delivery of bad news. Demand.
An urgent or peremptory request.
His demands for attention were unceasing. Demonstrate.
Establish the validity of something, as by an example, explanation or experiment.
The experiment demonstrated the instability of the compound. Dentist.
A person qualified to practice dentistry.
The dentist recommended extraction of the wisdom teeth. Deny.
Declare untrue.
She denied that she had taken money. Department.
A specialized division of a large organization.
You'll find it in the hardware department. Departure.
The act of departing.
She made a hasty departure. Depend.
Be contingent upon.
That depends. Depend on.
Be contingent on.
Your grade will depend on your homework. Deposit.
Put into a bank account.
She deposits her paycheck every month. Depress.
Lower someone's spirits.
These news depressed her. Depressed.
Lower than previously.
The market is depressed. Depressing.
Causing sad feelings of gloom and inadequacy.
The economic outlook is depressing. Depth.
The extent downward or backward or inward.
The depth of the water. Derive.
Obtain.
Derive pleasure from one's garden. Derive from.
Come from.
The present name derives from an older form. Describe.
Give a description of.
He described his experiences. Description.
A statement that represents something in words.
A description of my travels. Desert.
Leave someone who needs or counts on you.
The mother deserted her children. Deserted.
Forsaken by owner or inhabitants.
A deserted village. Deserve.
Be worthy or deserving.
You deserve a promotion after all the hard work you have done. Design.
The act of working out the form of something.
He contributed to the design of a new instrument. Desire.
An inclination to want things.
A man of many desires. Desk.
A piece of furniture with a writing surface and usually drawers or other compartments.
The reception desk. Desperate.
A person who is frightened and in need of help.
They prey on the hopes of the desperate. Desperately.
With great urgency.
The soil desperately needed potash. Despite.
Lack of respect accompanied by a feeling of intense dislike.
The despite in which outsiders were held is legendary. Destroy.
Do away with, cause the destruction or undoing of.
The fire destroyed the house. Destruction.
The termination of something by causing so much damage to it that it cannot be repaired or no longer exists.
The destruction of cattle. Detail.
An isolated fact that is considered separately from the whole.
Several of the details are similar. Detailed.
Developed or executed with care and in minute detail.
A detailed plan. Determination.
The act of determining the properties of something, usually by research or calculation.
The determination of molecular structures. Determine.
Shape or influence.
Experience often determines ability. Determined.
Characterized by great determination.
A struggle against a determined enemy. Develop.
Make something new, such as a product or a mental or artistic creation.
They developed a new technique. Development.
Act of improving by expanding or enlarging or refining.
They funded research and development. Device.
An instrumentality invented for a particular purpose.
The device is small enough to wear on your wrist. Devote.
Give entirely to a specific person, activity, or cause.
I wanted to devote more time to my family. Devoted.
Zealous in devotion or affection.
A devoted husband and father. Devote to.
To give an amount of time, attention, etc. to something.
I could only devote 2 hours a day to the work. Diagram.
A drawing intended to explain how something works.
A diagram of the living room. Diamond.
A transparent piece of diamond that has been cut and polished and is valued as a precious gem.
The ruby was surrounded by a ring of diamond. Diary.
A daily written record of experiences and observations.
I resolved to keep a diary of events during the war. Dictionary.
A reference book containing an alphabetical list of words with information about them.
The dictionary includes thousands of examples. Die.
Pass from physical life and lose all bodily attributes and functions necessary to sustain life.
She died from cancer. Die away.
Become less in amount or intensity.
The sound of their laughter died away. Die out.
Become extinct.
Dinosaurs died out. Diet.
Follow a regimen or a diet, as for health reasons.
He has high blood pressure and must stick to a low-salt diet. Difference.
The quality of being unlike or dissimilar.
There are many differences between jazz and rock. Different.
Unlike in nature or quality or form or degree.
Took different approaches to the problem. Differently.
In another and different manner.
Very soon you will know differently. Difficult.
Not easy.
A difficult task. Difficulty.
An effort that is inconvenient.
Had difficulty walking. Dig.
Create by digging.
Dig a hole. Digital.
Displaying numbers rather than scale positions.
Digital clock. Dinner.
The main meal of the day served in the evening or at midday.
Dinner will be at 8. Direct.
Command with authority.
He directed the children to do their homework. Direction.
A line leading to a place or point.
He looked the other direction. Directly.
Without deviation.
The path leads directly to the lake. Director.
Someone who controls resources and expenditures.
He has been appointed finance director. Dirt.
The part of the Earth's surface consisting of humus and disintegrated rock.
His face was covered in dirt. Dirty.
Soiled or likely to soil with dirt or grime.
Dirty unswept sidewalks. disabled,
People collectively who are crippled or otherwise physically handicapped.
technology to help the elderly and the disabled. Disadvantage.
Put at a disadvantage, hinder, harm.
This rule clearly disadvantages me. Disagree.
Be of different opinions.
She disagrees with her husband on many questions. Disagreement.
A conflict of people's opinions or actions or characters.
The meeting ended in disagreement. Disagree with.
To believe that something is bad or wrong.
I disagree with violent protests. Disappear.
Get lost, as without warning or explanation.
He disappeared without a trace. Disappoint.
Fail to meet the hopes or expectations of.
I have no wish to disappoint everyone by postponing the visit. Disappointed.
Disappointingly unsuccessful.
Disappointed expectations and thwarted ambitions. Disappointing.
Not up to expectations.
A disappointing performance from one who had seemed so promising. Disappointment.
A feeling of dissatisfaction that results when your expectations are not realized.
His hopes were so high he was doomed to disappointment. Disapproval.
A feeling of disliking something or what someone is doing.
Jill replied with a hint of disapproval in her voice. Disapprove.
Deem wrong or inappropriate.
I disapprove of her child-rearing methods. Disapproving.
Expressing or manifesting disapproval.
He cast a disapproving glance. Disaster.
A state of extreme ruin and misfortune.
His policies were a disaster. Disc.
Something with a round shape resembling a flat circular plate.
Shape it into the form of a disc. Discipline.
Develop behavior by instruction and practice.
Parents must discipline their children. Discount.
Give a reduction in price on.
I never discount these books, they sell like hotcakes. Discover.
Make a discovery, make a new finding.
Röntgen discovered X-rays. Discovery.
The act of discovering something.
The discovery of the body. Discuss.
Speak with others about.
We discussed our household budget. Discussion.
An exchange of views on some topic.
We had a good discussion. Disease.
An impairment of health or a condition of abnormal functioning.
A possible cause of heart disease. Disgust.
Strong feelings of dislike.
The sight filled her with disgust. Disgusted.
Feeling or showing disgust.
I was disgusted with myself for eating so much. Disgusting.
Arousing aversion or disgust.
A disgusting smell. Dish.
A piece of dishware normally used as a container for holding or serving food.
We gave them a set of dishes for a wedding present. Dishonest.
Capable of being corrupted.
Dishonest politicians. Dishonestly.
In a corrupt and deceitful manner.
He acted dishonestly when he gave the contract to his best friend. Disc.
Something with a round shape resembling a flat circular plate.
The moon's disk hung in a cloudless sky. Dislike.
Have or feel a dislike or distaste for.
I really dislike the salesman. Dismiss.
Bar from attention or consideration.
She dismissed his advances. Display.
Something intended to communicate a particular impression.
Made a display of strength. Dissolve.
Cause to go into a solution.
The recipe says that we should dissolve a cup of sugar in 2 cups of water. Distance.
A distant region.
I could see it in the distance. Distinguish.
Mark as different.
We distinguish several kinds of maple. Distribute.
Make available.
The publisher wants to distribute the book in Asia. Distribution.
The act of distributing or spreading or apportioning.
She had it printed for distribution among her friends. District.
A region marked off for administrative or other purposes.
An elegant shopping district. Disturb.
Destroy the peace or tranquility of.
Don't disturb the baby when he's sleeping. Disturbing.
Causing distress or worry or anxiety.
A disturbing amount of crime. Divide.
Separate into parts or portions.
Divide the cake into 3 equal parts. Division.
One of the portions into which something is regarded as divided and which together constitute a whole.
The BBC's engineering division. Divorce.
The legal dissolution of a marriage.
Divorce proceedings. Divorced.
Of someone whose marriage has been legally dissolved.
A divorced couple. Do.
Engage in.
Do research. Doctor.
A licensed medical practitioner.
I felt so bad I went to see my doctor. Document.
Record in detail.
The parents documented every step of their child's development. Dog.
A domesticated carnivorous mammal that typically has a long snout, an acute sense of smell, and a barking, howling, or whining voice.
I took the dog for a walk. Dollar.
The basic monetary unit in many countries.
It cost $3. Domestic.
Of concern to or concerning the internal affairs of a nation.
Domestic issues such as tax rate and highway construction. Dominate.
Be in control.
Her husband completely dominates her. Door.
A swinging or sliding barrier that will close the entrance to a room or building or vehicle.
He slammed the door as he left. Dot.
A very small circular shape.
Draw lines between the dots. Double.
A quantity that is twice as great as another.
36 is the double of 18. Doubt.
Consider unlikely or have doubts about.
I doubt that she will accept his proposal of marriage. Do up.
To be fastened.
The skirt does up at the back. Do with.
To gain advantage or benefit from.
I could do with more leisure time. Do without.
To forego.
The store doesn't have any, so you'll have to do without. Down.
Being or moving lower in position or less in some value.
The stock market is down today. Downstairs.
On a floor below.
The tenants live downstairs. Downward.
Extending or moving from a higher to a lower place.
The downward course of the stream. Downwards.
Towards the ground or towards a lower level.
She was lying face downwards on the grass. Dozen.
Denoting a quantity consisting of 12 items or units.
2 dozen eggs. Draft.
Any of the various versions in the development of a written work.
The final draft of the Constitution. Drag.
Pull, as against a resistance.
He dragged the big suitcase behind him. Drama.
A play for theater, radio, or television.
A television drama. Dramatic.
Suitable to or characteristic of drama.
A dramatic entrance in a swirling cape. Dramatically.
In a very impressive manner.
Your performance will improve dramatically. Draw.
The finish of a contest in which the score is tied and the winner is undecided.
The game ended in a draw. Drawer.
A box-like container in a piece of furniture.
The top drawer of the desk. Drawing.
An illustration that is drawn by hand and published in a book, magazine, or newspaper.
It is shown by the drawing in Figure 7. Dream.
A series of mental images and emotions occurring during sleep.
I had a dream about you last night. Dress.
Put on clothes.
We had to dress quickly. Dressed.
Dressed or clothed especially in fine attire.
Neatly dressed workers. Dress up.
Put on special clothes to appear particularly appealing and attractive.
She never dresses up, even when she goes to the opera. Drink.
A single serving of a beverage.
I asked for a hot drink. Drive.
Operate or control a vehicle.
Can you drive this four-wheel truck? Drive away.
To leave in a vehicle.
We heard him drive away. Drive off.
Forced to go away.
The defenders drove off each attack. Driver.
A person who drives a vehicle.
A taxi driver. Driving.
Having the power of driving or impelling.
The driving force was his innate enthusiasm. Drop.
Let fall to the ground.
Don't drop the dishes. Drop out.
Leave school or an educational program prematurely.
Many students drop out because they are not prepared for our challenging program. Drug.
A substance that is used as a medicine or narcotic.
Drugs prescribed by doctors. Drugstore.
A retail shop where medicine and other articles are sold.
I need to pop into the drugstore for a second. Drum.
A musical percussion instrument.
Jones played the drums in an all-girl band. Drunk.
Having drunk so much alcohol that it is impossible to think or speak clearly.
He was so drunk he couldn't stand up. Dry.
Remove the moisture from and make dry.
Dry clothes. Dry off.
To become dry or make something dry.
We went swimming and then lay in the sun to dry off. Dry up.
To become completely dry.
During the drought the river dried up. Due.
Owed and payable immediately or on demand.
Payment is due. Dull.
Lacking in liveliness or animation.
He was so dull at parties. Dump.
Drop in a heap or mess.
The truck dumped the garbage in the street. During.
Throughout the course or duration of.
The restaurant is open during the day. Dust.
Fine powdery material such as dry earth or pollen that can be blown about in the air.
The furniture was covered with dust. Duty.
Work that you are obliged to perform for moral or legal reasons.
The duties of the job. DVD.
A digital recording on an optical disc that can be played on a computer or a television set.
Is it available on DVD yet? Dying.
The time when something ends.
A dying of old hopes.